So tell us, how did you find your passion? How did you embark on this journey?
When you're a family of four, everything that you were spending on in your 20s with inflation and 4 family members now is 8 times more. So you have to be careful about that. So you better go to work. I was 21 actually when I won Miss India. That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 21 when I won Miss India, and then उसके बाद सारा काम, सारी दुनिया, सब कुछ एक तरफ और बच्चों की सेहत और सेफ्टी एक तरफ. जैसे कोविड और लॉकडाउन होता है ना, कई बार लाइफ में भी लॉकडाउन हो जाता है कि आगे ही नहीं बढ़ती है गाड़ी. Strong, independent parents raise strong, independent children. So go out. Remember, you're doing it for yourself. You're doing it for them.
Give a big round of applause and welcome Neha Dhupia. Namaskar.
Hi.
How are you, Neha?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I am very good. You're looking beautiful, very charming. Thank you so much for joining. I know you're a very busy schedule. You're traveling, but you could make the time for us. So thank you so much for joining today.
Thank you so much, Dave. This is amazing, and a very good evening to everybody who's watching.
Now, I'm going to ask you a few questions because you have an inspiring story. I think from where you came, you worked really hard, got into beauty in pageant, and from fashion world, from glamour world to acting world, from big screen, small screen, like aisa kya hai jo aapne nahi kiya. You've done a lot. You're roadies. You've been very popular. So tell us, how did you find your passion? Like, is all the people here, they are looking to find their passion, or they already found their passion and they're looking to build business or career or life around it. And you are like a real example that you've done multiple things around your passion. So tell us, how did you find your passion? How did you embark on this journey, which is so fascinating?
I think Dev, जो लाइफ का सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन होता है, जो सब इंसानों को आंसर करना होता है, when some people can answer that question when they are 9 years old and some people can't answer that question till 90, is that आपको लाइफ में करना क्या है. So हम में से कई लोग ऐसी चीजें करते हैं लाइफ में because we think that कोई और कर रहा है, कोई और सक्सेसफुल है इसलिए कर रहे हैं. हम में से कई लोग इसलिए करते हैं क्योंकि we enjoy what we do. But the biggest thing is that I feel that to be able to understand what you really want to do in life should be the most important thing. Now, how did I get down to doing this? There's been trial and error. I actually, when I was in school and college, उस वक्त सबको doctor, engineer, IAS officer बनना था. So I also wanted to be an IAS officer, and I was like, ये सही है, ये मेरे को यही करना है. I think this is, my father is a retired naval officer. So, being a Fauji or a service person was something that would come naturally to me. Miss India के लिए गई और उसके बाद मुझे movies में जाने का मौका मिला. पर हर एक चीज में जैसे कहते हैं ना, मेहनत करनी बहुत जरूरी है. And today, I think मेरी थोड़े दिन पहले ही किसी से बात हो रही थी कि जो काम आप enjoy करो, अगर वही काम आपका प्रोफेशन बन जाए और वही काम से आपके पैसे बने, then there can't be a better professional life to have. And I feel very blessed every day that because of God, opportunity, audience, a combination of all that, I'm doing that. I love what I do. This is my profession. This is my talent. This is my hobby. And this is what I literally what I live off. So I think कि आप उस जगह पे पहुंच के ना, but it's always जैसे कहते हैं लाइफ में आप जहां पे भी हो, जो भी कर रहे हो, it's a sum total of मेहनत करनी बहुत जरूरी है. ये नहीं कि उसका ज्यादा हो गया, उसका कम हो गया. Yes, opportunity भी एक बहुत बड़ी चीज होती है, but opportunity के लिए तो आपको इंतजार करना पड़ता है ना, मेहनत करने के लिए इंतजार नहीं करना पड़ता.
True. So that is a very good. Hard work always pays. Like a lot of people look at the results and outcome, but they don't see the in-depth hard work and effort people have put. I'm very curious to understand, did you have those swamp periods, the dark times when you felt like, why am I doing this? What is the point? And if you had any of those moments or maybe days or weeks, how did you overcome that, the dark phase of your life?
Dark times को डिस्क्राइब करना ना बहुत जरूरी होता है। क्या आपके लिए डार्क टाइम वो है कि आप 2 दिन काम ना करें? क्या आपके लिए डार्क टाइम वो है कि आपने अपने लिए कोई गोल सेट किए हैं और वो मैच अप नहीं हो कि अच्छा ठीक है मैंने इतनी पिक्चरें करनी है या इतनी कमाई करनी है, और वो मेरे लिए डार्क टाइम है कि जो मेरे पिछले साल की इनकम थी वो इस साल कम है, तो वो मेरे लिए डार्क टाइम है। दैट इज ऑल्सो रिलेटिव, वो सब्जेक्टिव हो जाती है कि किसी का डार्क टाइम कुछ और होता है। किसी को एक फिल्म करने के बाद 6 महीने ट्रैवल करना होता है, उनके लिए डार्क टाइम नहीं होता है। बट आई फील दैट इफ योर फेलियर is measured in a way that you're going to start calling it dark times, so फिर it's not that you should be quitting. अपने आप को, जिसे कहते हैं ना, आपने इतना भारी सवाल पूछा है कि आपको क्विट नहीं करना होता है। इनफैक्ट वो जो वक्त है जब आपके पास काम नहीं है, वो अपने आप पे बिताओ। हाउ डू यू गेट बेटर? अपने आप से पूछो कि बाकियों के पास काम है और मेरे पास काम क्यों नहीं है? इसीलिए नहीं है क्योंकि आई डोंट फिट इन टू द रोल, और इसीलिए नहीं है आई एम नॉट गुड इनफ, कि इसीलिए नहीं है कि मैंने अपने आप पे उतनी मेहनत नहीं की। सो देयर आर टू वेज ऑफ लुकिंग एट इट। या तो आप वो पहले वक्त इस्तेमाल करो जब आपके पास वक्त है। वैसे तो होता है ना कि नहीं मैं फिटनेस में काम नहीं कर सकता या कर सकती, या फिर मेरे पास अपनी नई स्क्रिप्ट पे काम करने का वक्त नहीं है। सो यू हैव टू यूज दीज डार्क टाइम्स इन अ वे दैट यू मेक देम गुड टाइम्स। तो वो जो वक्त होता है अपने आप पे बिताओ, अपनी कला पे बिताओ, और किसी और को ब्लेम मत करो कि ओ मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है। आपके साथ हो नहीं रहा है, पर जो हो रहा है उसको आप बेहतर कर सकते हैं। अगेन, by being better at your job, what is happening in your personal life, मैं कभी उसमें घुसती नहीं हूँ, मैं कभी उसकी बात नहीं करती हूँ। But I'm going to answer all these questions keeping the the professional aspect. But हाँ, to answer your question, जिसे कहते हैं dark times, क्या मेरे पास ऐसे वक्त था जब मेरे पास काम नहीं होता था? नहीं होता तो मैं काम बना लेती। कितनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज है यहाँ पे,
So
कुछ
how
नहीं
did
तो
you do that? Like, how did you make the opportunities, create the opportunity? We had a topic today that, don't wait for the opportunity to knock your door. Go out there and create the opportunity. So can you share like an incident or scenario that happened in your life that you actually went out and created opportunity? Like, was it a network? Was it a phone call? Was it just being out in the market? How did you create the opportunity? Because
I think कि बॉम्बे जैसे शहर में मेरे को किसी ने बोला था, आप तब तक पावरफुल हैं जब तक आप दूसरों को काम दे रहे हैं। जिस दिन आप दूसरों से काम ले रहे हैं उस दिन आप वीक हो गए। You're in a weaker position, you're in a much stronger position for as long as you are giving other people work. When people are dependent on you, when you get dependent on people, so you're in a weaker position, because then you're like, oh ये मेरे को कभी भी निकाल सकते हैं, ये कभी भी I can be replaced very easily. But जब आप वो इंसान बन जाएं, इतने पावरफुल बन जाएं कि आप लोगों को काम दें, then you have nothing to be insecure about. But there have been times जब मैं पहली बार प्रेग्नेंट थी तो मैंने सोचा कि अब क्या करें। वो तो सेकंड टाइम अराउंड जब मैं प्रेग्नेंट थी तो मैंने फिल्मों में एंड तक काम किया। पर पहली बार आई वाज डूइंग माय ओन पॉडकास्ट, आई वाज डूइंग माय ओन शोज, मैं रोडीज पे गई, आई वाज डूइंग माय ओन इवेंट्स। एंड यू नो अपने प्रोफेशन में जितना भी आप काम कर सकें, लाइक आई वाज राइटिंग सम मटेरियल, आई वाज क्रिएटिंग सम कॉन्सेप्ट्स एंड आइडियाज, एंड लाइक कहीं पे इट्स नॉट अ बैड थिंग कि आप काम होना ये नहीं होता है कि रोज उठ के शूटिंग पे जाओ। शूटिंग में काम होना इज ऑल्सो वर्किंग ऑन द क्राफ्ट। वॉचिंग अनदर मूवी इज ऑल्सो वर्किंग ऑन योर क्राफ्ट। दूसरों के साथ मिल के पूछ के, जिसे हम एक टर्म देते हैं नेटवर्किंग, पूछना लोगों के साथ क्या चल रहा है, क्या नहीं चल रहा है, कहाँ फिट कर सकते हैं अपने आप को। बस जाके ऑडिशंस देना भी एक बहुत बड़ी बात होती है कि कई बार ऐसे होता है कि यू डोंट लैंड द रोल, बट दैट डजंट मीन यू आर नॉट गुड। इट ओनली मीन्स दैट maybe somebody else was better for the part, maybe somebody else worked harder on it. So don't beat yourself up. अपने आप से नाराजगी मत रखो, अपने आप को बेहतर बनाने की कोशिश करो, उन दोनों चीजों में बहुत फर्क होता है.
That's very interesting. So coming from the glamour world and entertainment industry, how much can have you worked on your business angle as well? Because a lot of people can be entertainer, but not necessarily they can be a business minded person. So have you put in effort? Have you learned certain things in your own way from the business angle, managing money, investing money, growing your brand? Like what have you done? Thoda behind the scene हमको वो side of Neha also देखना है.
I think brand building बहुत जरूरी होती है, especially in our profession. But एक perception होती है, चाहे आप engineer हो, चाहे आप actor हो, चाहे आप writer हो, everybody already has a perception about you. अगर लोगों ने आपके बारे में सुना है, and hopefully very good things, then it's एक perception होती है वो जो बहुत जरूरी है. And I feel that मैंने जो थोड़ा बहुत जिसे कहते हैं अपनी बिजनेस साइड को देखा, आई हैव अ बिजनेस एक्यूमेन. मैंने इतना वक्त नहीं बिताया है, आई एम गोइंग टू बी ऑनेस्ट एंड आई एम गोइंग टू कन्फेस कि एक बिजनेस साइड सब में होती है, आप कितना वक्त उसमें बिताएं. एंड माय एडवाइस इज, अगर आपने 3 4 नए 5 नए बिजनेस शुरू किए हैं एंड इफ इट हैजंट डन वेल, देन मे बी you should always work for people, because that's also a very good place to be. Zaruri nahi hai to be successful you have to have your own business. To be successful you have to be good at what you do and you have to work hard. तो अगर आप अच्छे हैं अपने काम में तो बड़े बड़े बिजनेस वाले अपने आप ही आपको ढूंढ लेंगे. सो इट्स नॉट कि वो मेरा बिजनेस नहीं है तो मतलब मैं आई एम नॉट सक्सेसफुल. Whereas there are lots of people who have their own business and still they are not successful. So I'm just saying it's a follower and leader thing. सब लोग लीडर नहीं बन जाएंगे and सब लोग फॉलोअर नहीं बन जाएंगे, but जो लीडर है वो भी अच्छा होता है और जो फॉलोअर है वो भी अच्छा होता है.
Yeah, just some time back today I shared a statistic with all the people that 90% of the people who are starting their business, they fail in first 5 years, and the remaining out of 10%, 9% fail in next 5 years. Only 1% people actually become successful after 10 years in business. They make $1 million, like about 7 crores. This is the statistics. And one of the reasons I also shared is they're not trying a lot of things is one thing. But I think one of the gap which I feel is the winning idea and the winning process. They actually don't learn how do I find the winning idea and how do I convert that into a business with the right process. So that, and as well as if you tried multiple ideas, you followed the process, sometime you will probably enjoy being part of somebody's mission, somebody's business, and then just growing from there along with that person. Could be a partner as well, could be entrepreneur as well. So I think that is a very interesting perspective. So how do you actually, do you have like a ritual that keeps you going, some motivation, or do you have like, what is your daily ritual looks like? I'm sure it'll depend on the shoots and time to time, but how do you typically, end up spending time? How do you keep yourself busy and motivated?
So, I have 2 children now, so I don't have any time. And यहाँ पे जितने लोग मेरी
all the
बात
mothers are
सुन रहे
listening.
हैं और
Even the
जिनके
beauty and
बच्चे
celebrities
हैं, चाहे वो
have
1
mothers
हो, चाहे
role
वो
to
2
play.
बच्चे हो, चाहे वो 3 बच्चे हो, तो आपके पास कोई वक्त नहीं है. Like there's no time that you can call your own. So for me, I think the most special thing is that when I have the time, I want to spend it with my children. And I also think that पहले मुझे बहुत इतना था कि, and I think that's why it's okay to get married in your 30s and then have children. For me, my 20s were like I had my blinders on. मुझे सिर्फ काम करना था या काम के साथ काम करना था. So even on my free days, I was either focused on meeting people or writing something or working out or working on my fitness or working on a dance skill. So it's always about work. And that's why, जब आप पैदा होते हैं आपके माँ बाप आपका ध्यान रखते हैं, स्कूल होता है और घर में आपको चीजें सिखाई जाती हैं. When you become a teenager, you have a slight realization of where your interests are. Then in your 20s, you've done your, education, you're out into the world, you have all the time because you want to strive to become this person. So अब जाके जिसे कहते हैं ना, जब से मेरे बच्चे हुए हैं, it's very interesting, but they teach me how to make the right decisions at work. Now I'll tell you how. That if I want to put my time, my effort, my energy, my money, whether it's in business or whether it's in films or whether I spend my time on a film set, I always shut my eyes and think कि is this worth it? क्या मैं अपने बच्चों को छोड़ के इस जॉब के लिए जाऊंगी, and will this help me take one step up in life? If the answer is yes, then yes, as a mother, I will leave them and I will go to work. But if the answer is an unsure answer, then I rather sit at home and enjoy my children, you know. That's where I feel like it's the birth of a mother, you know. They teach us when we become like parents, they teach us अपने तरीके में कि हमको ये जॉब करनी चाहिए या नहीं करनी चाहिए. But yes, there's a part of me like all of you. We come from a place of insecurity. Having children is expensive, and you know, we want to make sure we keep working, keep there are no financial issues. क्योंकि आगे जाके I feel like there's always when you're a family of four, everything that you were spending on in your 20s with inflation and 4 family members now is 8 times more. So you have to be careful about that. So you better go to work.
And also living in Mumbai, not so.
And also living in Mumbai is 80 times more.
All right, we're gonna do Q&A. We're gonna open this for people. I think people are really eagerly. They already started typing questions as well. Before we go to the Q&A and asking taking questions from the audience, what we're gonna do? We play a small game, rapid fire. I'll just give you one word, and whatever comes to your mind, whether one word or a line, but सोचना नहीं है, right? You don't have to think. Whatever comes to you. Are you ready?
It's very difficult, Dave, to tell me not to think. मैं तो हमेशा ही सोचती हूँ.
No, you think, but whatever comes to your mind first.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Guys, ready? ये मजा आने वाला है इसमें. All right. Fame.
Misleading.
आधे पहला ही आंसर बहुत अच्छा था. Money.
Essential.
Family.
Strength.
Business.
Not for everyone.
Investment.
Must have.
Health.
Top priority.
Happiness.
Family.
Mindset.
Sorry?
Mindset.
Mindset. Oh, peaceful.
Holidays.
Should be sponsored.
That's the best one. I like that. Very nice. Give a round of applause to Neha Dhupia. Beautiful. I love all the answers. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you have somebody that you look up to in life as a guru, coach, mentor, from life aspect or spiritual aspect, from any business aspect? Do you have somebody like you look up to typically?
I just feel that I've, very strangely, when people ask me that question, who do I look up to? I literally, like, when I get stuck now, why do you need to look up to people? Because jab aap kahin phas jate hain, you just look up and say that it's just a figure of speech when, you're like, why is this happening to me? Or, that's when you need that one mentor to answer your question. Or should I take this path? Or when you're at another path, should I take that? And I feel like the universe is my mentor. Like, I always put it out in the universe, and the answers come naturally. And when something is happening to me, I just feel that my mother told me this is that let the universe take care of it. जो भी होता है ना, अभी मैं सबको ये बोलना चाहती हूँ, जो भी इस सेमिनार में है, जो भी इस वेबिनार में है, कि जो भी आपके साथ इस वक्त हो रहा है, चाहे वो अच्छा हो, चाहे वो बुरा हो, it's all happening for a reason, and that reason is also very good. चाहे आपको 8 महीने बाद पता चले वो, चाहे वो 6 महीने बाद पता चले, चाहे वो कल सुबह पता चले कि ओ इस इंसान को मेरे से नाराजगी थी, 6 महीने बाद आपको पता चलेगा कि उस इंसान के लिए आप ही के पास वक्त नहीं था, अच्छा हुआ वो चले गए आपकी जिंदगी से. या फिर why is this not happening? Or मैं like something as simple as why is why am I not getting this? कई बार होता है कि आपको एक घर बहुत अच्छा लगता है, चाहे वो रेंट पे हो, चाहे कुछ 6 महीने लग गए आपको वो ढूंढते ढूंढते, फिर आपकी शायद बैंक लोन ना पास हुआ, चाहे कुछ, maybe the universe is just working towards giving you a better home, you know. और चाहे relationships की बात हो, मैं sometimes I hear my friends say कि for 8 years I was in this, or 3 years I was in this, and now this guy has done this to me, or now this girl has done this to me, because there's someone else better out there for you. So that's why when you say now, who's your mentor, let the universe be your mentor. And when something amazing happens, look up and thank God. And when something amazing is also not happening, just have full faith that something better is planned for you.
Interesting. आप मेरी दुकान बंद करा दोगे? मैं मेंटर हूँ.
क्यों?
Just joking, just joking. So I think we all have our own ways of, I think, tapping into universe. I think for you it just comes to you with your instinct for the decision, and that has really served you. What is one of the gutsy decision that you made? Then you're like, I'm so proud of you, Neha. What is the one?
I think instantly, I've been friends with my husband for more than 10 years, but the minute like he and I just decided, I think overnight, to get married, and that was the biggest joy of my life, and he was in relationships and I was there. Everybody's been in relationships before when you're in your 30s and stuff, and then suddenly we both were like, okay, we both never thought of marriage also, and he was like, come on, let's do it. And I was like, yes. But it paid off. Like I said, it was a very gutsy decision, because before that I never thought of marriage, and it was an instant decision because I was like, this is it, this is just the person I want to get married to.
Interesting. So let's throw a relationship advice bhi ho jaye thodi. What advice would you give to people, especially for couples, because it's a journey with ups and downs and challenges? Any advice that you want to give from your own experience, that having this is something which has helped me, that you want to share with everybody? Because relationship,
marry your best friend.
Marry your best friend. Wow. Would you like to elaborate a little bit on that?
I just think that that's the best thing I could do. I literally, I feel कि एक relationship में friendship बहुत जरूरी होती है. You should be comfortable with each other. Don't look for things that are not important, or don't look for things that are transitional. As looks are transitional. A lot of people look at looks. Money is transitional. Comes and goes. Today you have it, tomorrow you don't. But the thing is that at the end of the day, whether you're with a balding man, or whether you're with somebody who's got lots of money or not got lots of money, or comes with a big promise, at the end of the day you're still going to just retire in a home that needs to have love, that needs to have friendship, and that needs to have companionship. So just keep these things in mind. Baaki sab aata jata rehta.
Wow, very interesting. So guys, if you're not married to your best friend, divorce देके फिर मत करना, ठीक है? ऐसी कोई खुराफात मत करना.
No, if you're not married to your best friend, it doesn't matter. You get married and make them your best friend.
Yeah. I think the friendship, I'm just joking, but I think friendship is so I think critical into relationship, because I think sometimes we put ourselves into bondage of husband and wife, and we start playing the certain roles, but we forget that, hey, you know what, keeping all the designation aside, let's be humans and be good friends. And that, I think, that starts becoming really, really beautiful. Good. So one question I would like to know, if you had to go back to a 20-year-old Neha Dhupia, and you had to give some pearl of wisdom to Neha Dhupia, 20-year-old, what would you say to her, for life, for business, for everything?
To be yourself and to speak your own mind. Like when I was in my 20s, मुझे ऐसे बहुत होता था क्योंकि profession में मैं नहीं थी. Or I was 23 when I won Miss India, and actually 22 when I won Miss India, and no, I was 21 actually when I won Miss India. That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 21 when I won Miss India, and then uske baad, sorry, I was in a situation where it was never like, मुझे हमेशा ऐसे था कि Kyuki, then I came into Bollywood and I didn't know what to do. I was new to Indian cinema. I didn't have anyone guiding me. And a lot of times it was also that, क्योंकि किसी और ने एक तरह के रोल्स कर रहे हैं और वो सक्सेसफुल है, किसी और ने किसी तरह के कपड़े पहने या कोई और कुछ ऐसी स्टेटमेंट्स दे रहे हैं प्रेस में. So I was always like, maybe this is the right thing to do. This is the right thing to do. So and I feel like when I got older, जब मैं अपने 30s में थी, and I just feel that I'm somebody who started speaking her mind, and I'm so comfortable now. I dress in the clothes that make me comfortable, not anyone else. I say the things that make me comfortable. But having said all that, my intention is never to offend anyone. Kisi aur ke, just because you are speaking your mind does not mean you need to crush someone else publicly. वो मेरा कहना नहीं है. मेरा ये कहना है कि if you have an opinion about something, and if you can put it out there without hurting anyone, that's the advice I'd like to give my 20-year-old self. And maybe just lighten up a little bit. Like, because I saw fame and success so early in my life, I won Miss India. I've become a very serious person. तो जो अब मैं देखती हूँ 22, 23, 24 के जो यंगस्टर्स हैं, वो पार्टी भी करते हैं, बाहर भी जाते हैं, काम भी करते हैं. वो सब मैंने नहीं किया था. मैंने सिर्फ काम किया. I just wanted to take a little more time to let my hair down.
Wow, that's interesting angle that you shared, that because you achieved something big very early on, you put yourself in that responsibility area, so you stop enjoying and celebrating your success as well. So it's a very interesting question. With the name, with the fame, with the celebrity status, there's an interesting question by Ravi Bajaj, if I'm not mistaken. Ravi Bajaj. So Ravi asked the question: how do you handle the pressure? And I'm going to a little bit modify it. When you have the success, like you are public figure, like, do you feel pressure because of this fame? Do you feel that, yeah, my personal life, somewhere it's this thing? Do you feel sometimes pressure of, having that celebrity status?
I mean, the pressure, I would imagine, it depends on what kind of person you are. I'm the kind of person, अगर मैं बैंक में भी काम कर रही होती, या मैं IAS officer होती, या मैं athlete होती, whatever the things I wanted to do when I was younger, I would still feel the pressure because I want to be a better version of myself every day, and I want to be able to see longevity in what I'm doing. That's why I want to be good. I want to keep reinventing. I want to be able to work with new people. I want to work with younger people because the millennials know better than us. So, that way, I just feel like the search for great work, and once you get it, the pressure to do well at it is something I put myself under. But I think after becoming a mom, the one thing that puts me under pressure is to just always make sure that my children are okay. And I think all the parents on this will agree कि सारा काम, सारी दुनिया, सब कुछ एक तरफ, और बच्चों की सेहत और safety एक तरफ. For me, that is more pressure now.
Interesting. Very, very interesting angle. Kamiki has asked a question. Kamiki Priya Datta. So she says, Neha ma'am, you are also a mentor to Miss India and have successfully mentored many girls to victory. As a mentor, what is your most valuable guru mantra or a principle of life? I call guru mantra. A lot of my mentees call me Guru Dev because me being a mentor to them, they call me Guru. So what is your advice to your mentees, or what is your principle of life that you
most definitely my advice to everyone is that be yourself and speak your mind. Everyone has a magic, but that magic is different. So let that magic show. If you're not going to be yourself, if you're going to be someone else, then nobody will ever know who you really are. So speak your mind, be fearless about it. And most importantly, when you're speaking your mind, just remember never to hurt anyone.
Interesting. What kind of personality? Are you more like an introvert? Are you extrovert? Or you're situational, ambivert?
I most definitely an extrovert. Like अगर मेरे को कमरे में बहुत सारे लोग हों और बोला जाए कि आप जाके इनसे बात करो, मैं जरूर बात करूंगी. I like getting to know people. मुझे लगता है कि हर एक इंसान की कोई ना कोई कहानी है, and some have a far more interesting life story than yours, and sometimes you have a far more interesting life story. So sharing life stories is something that interests me. And yeah, I like having great conversations. So I'm definitely an extrovert.
Lovely, lovely. I mean, I think you are in a minority because majority people are introvert as per the state surveys. I think 60-70% people usually are introvert, shy, quiet. So one question from Roop Singh comes right, ma'am, does this happen to you that you compare yourself with the top one in the industry, and how do you handle the comparison?
I used to, जैसे मैंने कहा, in my 20s I wasn't 100% my own person, और हमेशा ऐसे लगता है कि इसके साथ ऐसा हो रहा है, अच्छा हो रहा है, और आपके साथ नहीं हो रहा है. So I used to most definitely compare myself to other people, and now I don't do that because, you know, there's a very famous saying actually, और please ध्यान से सुनना, that comparison is the shortest route to hell. तो अगर आपको अपने दिमाग नरक में डालना है तो स्टार्ट कंपेयरिंग, अरे उसके साथ ऐसे हो रहा है, उसके साथ ऐसे हो रहा है, मेरे साथ क्यों नहीं ऐसे हो रहा है, ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है. So you know, you just, it's so unhealthy. So it's best, make your own path, make your own route, and don't compare yourself. And even when there are people in and around you who are comparing you to other people, so whether it's a friend or a family member or a boss or a person you're working with at work, saying कि वो तो ऐसे कर रहा है, तुम ऐसे नहीं कर रहे हो, step away from those people, because you're also in that place, they are also in that place, और आप भी उतना ही होनहार हो जैसे वो हैं, इसलिए आप दोनों एक साथ हो उसी जगह पे. Don't let people compare you to other people. It's very, very, very unhealthy.
Yeah, I think it's a sign of a weak self-image when we start comparing ourselves that, oh, look, they are doing better, I'm not doing this. It's a sign
तो
of
पर वो वीक सेल्फ इमेज सबकी होती है, पर अपने आप को हमेशा रिमाइंड करना होता है. जैसे आज सुबह मैं जिम में गई एंड आई वाज जस्ट लाइक, यू नो, आई आल्सो जस्ट हैड अ बेबी, समवन एल्स has had a baby, and you know that person had a baby only 6 months before me. So उनका बच्चा 1 साल का है, मेरा 6 महीने का, and I was like, but my weight loss is not happening so fast. I was going on that track, but then I was like, सबकी जर्नी अलग होती है. I quickly brought myself back. तो जैसे आप कह रहे हैं ना, don't do it, होएगा, but always tell yourself कि वो नहीं करना है हमें. For
yeah.
all you know, there are a lot of people comparing them to you also, and they're looking up to you. So thrive on that.
That's very interesting perspective. I think the mind is designed in such a way that by default you will start comparing yourself when you start seeing somebody successful. You say, you know what? I wish I could have that. I can have that. But I think it's your ability to say, hey, not snap out of this, and then do this. And मेरे साथ भी बहुत होता था. I just actually, just to give you a brief, yeah, I actually started my journey as a mentor not long ago, just 4 years ago. And at the beginning, मेरे साथ भी बहुत होता था. Right? Somebody put a comment on my social media. I used to take it to the heart. I don't know आपके साथ ऐसा हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है, but I used to take it very personally that, oh, somebody said, oh, you can't even speak. What speaker you will become? Like, look at how you talk, right? And that 4 years from there, I am a completely different person. I used to compare with other people as well, a lot of other celebrities. But within 4 years, my life changed. Like, I don't come from a wealthy background. I come from I'm a truck driver's son, born and brought up in, Kutch, Gujarat, in slums, worked hard in 16 years in job. Then I changed. Yesterday, we had Chetan Bhagat here, right? So we had also similar conversation with him yesterday. And I came out of that, and then sort of now it does not matter. Whoever it is, their life is different, my life is different. But when you get the criticism from people, right? How do you handle that? Whether it's haters, like for sure. जितना ज़्यादा नाम, उतने ही ज़्यादा लोग बात करेंगे, और haters भी होंगे. People pull you down. Some people you meet them in person, some you don't meet and you don't know it. How do you handle that criticism or hate?
I think the most important thing when it comes to criticism, Dave, is I feel that you have to take a bit of it in your stride. It hurts you because there could be a possible iota or an amount of truth in it. कहीं ना कहीं जब आपको कोई फीडबैक देता है या किसी चीज के बारे में क्रिटिसाइज करता है, कहीं ना कहीं आपको ज्यादा वो बात चुभती है क्योंकि उसमें कहीं ना कहीं सच होता है. And I feel I'm not talking about trolls at all because उनका तो काम है ट्रोल करना, तो प्लीज उनके बारे में बात ही ना करें. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of energy. So none of that is important. But I personally feel, through my experience, I feel that somewhere that criticism, if taken well and given by a loved one, सिर्फ जो लोग आपकी केयर करते हैं, जो लोग आपसे प्यार करते हैं, वो अगर ऐसे कहे, जैसे अगर किसी ने आपको कह दिया कि लिसन, आप किसी को कहेंगे कि ओ मेरे घुटनों में दर्द है, सो देन दैट पर्सन विल से हे यू नीड टू हिट द जिम, आपको वॉक के लिए जाना है क्या, आप बैठे बैठे यहाँ पे खाना खाते रहोगे तो अनहेल्दी हो जाओगे, तो दैट इज गुड क्रिटिसिज्म, समबडी इज टेलिंग यू द राइट थिंग, उठो सुबह 6:30-7 बजे उठो, वॉक के लिए जाओ. बट इफ यू आर ओपनिंग इंस्टाग्राम एंड सेइंग कि ये क्या तुमने वहां पे अपना तुम फूल पत्ती जैसा लग रहे हो, समथिंग लाइक दे कैन से एनीथिंग, उसकी जरूरत नहीं है, दैट्स नॉट important, or that's not criticism that you need to be worried about, because those people themselves don't know what they're talking about. Having said that, Dev, I want to applaud you. You've come a long way, and you have a very, very long way to go. What you do is absolutely fantastic. I haven't seen your sessions, but I'm really enjoying this conversation talking to you. So thank you, and you're such an example and such a great guiding light for everyone.
Thank you. मेरा goal एक ही है कि यार जितने भी whatever pain that I went through of mediocrity, not knowing what to do in life, struggle, cutting the cost, cutting the corner. Like for 36 years, I was in that zone. I'm about 30. I'm going to be turning 40 this year. But what has happened in the last 3.5 years has completely changed my life. Like name is coming because of the work that I do, whether becoming multimillionaire. But I only started with one goal, that how many lives can I change with whole life that I have remaining? How many people can I help? Who can I help? How can I help people to find their passion, come out of the mediocrity that I had? And thank you so much for supporting this and agreeing to do this and inspiring a lot of people who are still in the rat race of just one track mind, don't know their passion, don't know their purpose. You're coming there and sharing your story. It really inspires a lot of people. So thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Dev. Thank you for making me a part of this. And I just want to tell everybody, like, and literally, अगर आपको लग रहा है कि आपकी जिंदगी में कुछ पाने के लिए थोड़ा ज़्यादा वक्त लग रहा है, the only thing that can come between you and your own success is you. So remember that अगर उतना भी वक्त लगे, use that time well. Use that time to your own advantage. जैसे कोविड और लॉकडाउन होता है ना, कई बार लाइफ में भी लॉकडाउन हो जाता है कि आगे ही नहीं बढ़ती है गाड़ी, तो उस वक्त आप क्या करेंगे? उस वक्त आप घर में बैठ के, एंड द वर्ल्ड वाज डिवाइडेड इन लाइक दैट. जब पेंडेमिक पहली बार हुआ था, कई लोग they use that time to be spent with family. They use that time constructively. They use that time कि हमारा एक रूटीन बना रहेगा, हम हेल्थ फिटनेस पे अपने आप को घर में ही एक्सरसाइज कर लेंगे. 6 फुट के मैट की ही तो चाहिए होता है. सबसे दुनिया के सबसे बड़े योगी भी 6 फुट के मैट में कर लेंगे. और कई ऐसे लोग थे जिन्होंने बहाने बनाए, who became unhealthy, didn't have a routine, weren't in the right state of mind, because one is you get affected because it's the world that has been created and you're not used to it. And that is a mental state of mind everybody needs to come out and talk about. The other is slipping into convenience. Now that state of mind ki nahi mujhe karna hi nahi kuch, mujhe bas मेहनत नहीं करनी अपने आप पे ना, that's something you shouldn't do. Like I still remember we just had our daughter और पहला लॉकडाउन हुआ था, और जब मैं पहली बार प्रेग्नेंट हुई थी, मैं 23 किलो मेरा बढ़ गया था, एंड इट वाज वेरी टफ फॉर मी टू कैरी दैट वेट अराउंड. और उसके बाद लॉकडाउन हुआ तो मैं और डर गई कि वो जिम नहीं जा सकती, क्योंकि उसी वक्त आई हैड स्टॉप्ड फीडिंग. तो मुझे ऐसे लगा था कि अब मैं अपनी एक्सरसाइज शुरू करूंगी. एंड द फर्स्ट लॉकडाउन हैपेंड लास्ट वीक ऑफ मार्च, एंड आई थिंक जब तक हम घर से प्रॉपरली बाहर निकले थे, प्रॉपरली बच्चों के साथ, इट वाज एंड अगस्त और बिगिनिंग अगस्त. एंड एंड अगस्त ही था, मुझे अभी भी याद है कि हम थोड़ा बहुत लोगों से मिलने लगे थे. और उतनी देर में एक्सरसाइज करके, अपनी डाइट पे ध्यान रख के, अपनी बेटी के साथ वक्त गुजार के, आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर मैंने 21 किलो कम किए थे. So my point is, if I can, you can, बहाने नहीं. So it's about only you. वही होता है लाइफ में, कई बार लॉकडाउन आएगा, you have to use that time to your advantage. क्योंकि जब आप काम करने लगेंगे, जब आप ये नहीं कि ओ मेरे पास काम नहीं है तो अब मैं उदास हूँ, तो जब आप काम करने लगते हैं तो सब ये बोलते हैं ओ मेरे पास वक्त नहीं है तो मैं उदास हूँ. तो जब आपके पास वक्त होता है, use that time well.
Very interesting and commendable. 21 kilos, unbelievable. What was the inspiration behind it? Like or did you think at all, or no, like मुझे करना ही है बस?
नहीं, मतलब ऐसा कुछ नहीं था कि वो मैंने बिल्कुल खाना बंद कर दिया था. I was eating healthy and the inspiration was myself ना. It's self love also after a point. क्योंकि जब मैं प्रेग्नेंट थी और जाहिर सी बात है कि कई लोग की बॉडीज या सेकंड टाइम अराउंड आल्सो नाउ अगेन आई पुट ऑन exactly 23 kilos और आई एम टेकिंग इट स्लोली. 3 दिन हुए हैं अभी मैंने, जब से मेरा बेटा 6 महीने का हुआ है, 4 दिन हुए हैं मैंने एक्सरसाइज प्रॉपरली शुरू की है. सो आई एम फीलिंग एक्स एंड पेन्स, पर मुझे मालूम है ये प्रोसेस को 6 महीने लगेंगे, पर मैं इससे डर नहीं रही हूँ. लाइक आई नेवर गॉट स्केर्ड ऑफ द वेट गेन, क्योंकि मुझे मालूम था वो फिर कम हो जाएगा. और अब मुझे मालूम है कि ये बहुत मुश्किल होगा, क्योंकि अब हमारे पास अब मैं घर में नहीं बैठी हूँ कि मैं दिन में 2 बार वर्कआउट करूंगी और बाकी सारा टाइम आराम भी कर लेंगे, दोपहर को 1 घंटे की नींद भी मिल जाएगी. वो सब नहीं है. I've got 2 children, I've got work, I've got a house which is my responsibility, my personal life, my friends, everything is time consuming. पर मैं करूंगी जरूर. पर हाँ, जब मेरे पास काम होगा तब भी मैं करूंगी, और जब मेरे पास काम नहीं होगा तो मैं और भी इस वक्त का फायदा उठा के करूंगी. So it's what I need to do as a personal goal right now. As a professional goal, I've set some standards कि हाँ मेरे को before the end of the year मुझे एक OTT show sign करना है, मुझे 4 पिक्चरें करनी है, 4 में से मैं 2 पे already काम कर रही हूँ. So you have to set goals for yourself and work towards them. और हाँ, अगर वो goals नहीं भी complete हुए, these are your goals और किसी को पता नहीं है. मतलब कोई गलती नहीं है कि आपके goals या targets match नहीं हो पाए. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, there is some interesting concept that I learned in one of the book is infinite gain. Like life or business or career, it's an infinite game. Yes, you set the milestones. Yes, you set the goals, but also know that यार ये जिंदगी भर चलना है. ऐसा नहीं कि यार नहीं किया तो खत्म हो गया. And also one more term that you used, which was very powerful. You said something about self-love. Can you elaborate a little bit on self-love, like how important it is for you, and what do you do for self-love?
I think I don't want to be around toxic people. जैसे मैंने पहले कहा कि comparison, अगर कोई comparison कर रहा है तो मुझे उस कमरे में होना ही नहीं है. So it's not like मैं किसी को बोलूंगी तुम comparison कर रहे हो तो मैं निकल के जा रही हूँ. वो सब नहीं है. I think self-love, a huge part of self-love is being around people who nourish you. तो वो nourishment जो होती है, चाहे वो internal nourishment is your gut, you eat great food. Your external nourishment is your body, you make sure you use the right products, you go out, you get some sun, you go to workout. That's your external nourishment. But सबसे जरूरी होती है your mental nourishment and your emotional nourishment, and that only comes from the place you're in, the environment you create for yourself, and the people you surround yourself with. और जरूरी नहीं है कि ढेर सारे लोग हों. आपकी लाइफ में 2 लोग भी काफी होते हैं, क्योंकि एक वक्त में तो आप एक ही इंसान से बात कर रहे हो ना. चाहे आप स्टेज पे हो, चाहे आप कमरे में हो, चाहे आप जिंदगी में हो, एक इंसान से की ज्यादा तरफ देखकर तो बात नहीं कर सकते. So you don't have to be around too many people. So I do that for self-love. I don't surround myself with people who are of no value addition to me and who I am of no value addition to. I'm happy to help with my presence as long as the other person is also helping me with their presence. नहीं तो अगर कोई, and I think that sometimes it's okay कि अगर कोई आपको काम पे भी ऐसा इंसान मिल जाए where they make you feel as a lesser human being, I think it's time to step away. Don't give anyone that right, whether it's a partner, whether it's a friend, whether it's someone at work. किसी को वो मौका मत दो to make you feel a lesser person. और उस चीज के लिए अपने आप से प्यार करना बहुत जरूरी है. Otherwise people will walk all over you.
It's like मैं अपने आप की favorite हूँ.
Not मैं अपनी favorite हूँ, पर मुझे अपने आप से बहुत प्यार है. इतनी अपने आप को पहले इज्जत दो, तभी लोग आपके आसपास आपको इज्जत देंगे.
मैं अपने आप का फेवरेट भी हूँ, मैं अपने आप से प्यार भी करता हूँ. I both. वो भी both. That's good. A specific question. What is the best investment that you have made, which you thank your stars that thank God I made this investment?
Are you talking about emotional investment or monetary investment?
let's do both. Okay, emotional and financial as well.
Emotional investment, definitely investing, time in my children. Like as a working mom, the one thing that your children need, and it's not pink water bottle or chocolate or कुछ और उनको कोई समझ नहीं है इन सब चीजों की. तो one thing they need is time. तो अगर मैं अपने बच्चों के साथ कई बार 5 दिन में सिर्फ 3 या 4 घंटे बिता सकती हूँ, but I'm there 100%. और कई बार ऐसे होता है कि 5-5 महीने में पूरा टाइम उनके साथ रहती हूँ. So the best investment is for me, like emotionally, my children, and the best thing I can invest in my children is my time.
True.
And financial, definitely, like property, like to buy your own house, because सबसे पहली एक sense of security. I know it's a very Indian thing, and I know it
It is
बहुत
definitely a thing. मैंने सबको बोला है अपना
orthodox.
घर मत खरीदो. So if you're
हाँ,
advising
बहुत
people buy the
orthodox
house,
तरीका होता है. मतलब ऐसे तो नहीं होता है कि देखो हमारा बेटा या बेटी कितनी होनहार है, उसने 24 साल की उम्र में म्यूचुअल फंड्स ले लिए. कोई ऐसे नहीं बात करता है. So it's the most important thing definitely is for me एक अजीब सी sense of security होती है, to not अजीब but एक बहुत अच्छी to have your own house. And I think the most important personal kind of investment that I can make to take this a step further is invest time for myself. कि मतलब चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, दिन में 60 या 90 मिनट में अपने लिए निकालती हूँ ना. उन 60 या 90 मिनट में mostly I go and exercise or go for a walk. That is also very, very important.
Me time, the me time. I think that is missing in a lot of people's life, and I share this with my mentees as well. That as you grow higher in life, I think you got to keep spending more and more and more time with you, and not just keep doing, and being busy with what you've been busy with. So I love all the insight. I love what you shared. Any last advice that you want to give to people who are watching this and definitely looking up to you as somebody who's been there, done a lot of things? Any advice that you want to leave all these amazing people with who has a bright future in front of them?
There are a lot of questions that were coming up about working parent. और मैं सबको ये बोलना चाहूंगी कि बिल्कुल आसान नहीं है. And I always say this कि ये सुपर मॉम या फिर वंडर वुमन और ये सब टैग्स जो होते हैं ना, बहुत मुश्किल वाले होते हैं. हमको ये सब करना ही नहीं है. बट कई बार ऐसे होता है that if you think that I am somebody who goes to work and I can handle work and life and pressure of not seeing my children, I am just like all of you. मैं भी अकेले बैठ के जब मैं अपने बच्चों को नहीं देखती हूँ, कमरे में बैठ के रोती हूँ. मैं भी फेस टाइम पे बहुत बहुत मुश्किल से I also try and snatch that time. मैं भी आप सबकी तरह हूँ. If I'm out of station, कोई भी फ्लाइट हो, पकड़ के अपने बच्चों के पास चली जाती हूँ वापस. So it's very tough, the expectation of a working mom. But if you're a working parent, but always remember that strong independent parents raise strong independent children. So go out and remember you're doing it for yourself, you're doing it for them. And उनसे भी बड़ी होती हैं the woman who's the homemaker, who's sitting at home. और मुझे एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग कहानी नीना गुप्ता जी ने बताई थी कि अगर वो जो होम मेकर हैं और उनके हर जॉब के लिए एक पैसा या एक प्राइस टैग लग जाए कि धोबी को कपड़े देने के लिए इतना पैसा मिलेगा उनको, या फिर मिक्सी चलाने के लिए इतना, या वैक्यूम क्लीनर वापस जगह पे रखने के लिए, the homemaker would have been the richest woman in the world. So I'm telling you, as a working parent, as a stay-at-home parent, what you do, only you can do. You're amazing. You're the best parent to your child. Don't live under comparison. Don't put your child under comparison. And that's the most important thing. And over and above, I know a lot of you have, are on the path or on the journey, and never try and look for the destination. The destination kya hai? Heaven or hell. The journey is life. So enjoy your life, enjoy the journey. And that's the advice I want to give everybody.
Very, very beautiful advice. Thank you so much. Give it up for beautiful, smart, charming Neha Dhupia. Thank you so much, Neha, for coming on the show.
Thank you,
Really, really
Dave.
happy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. I wish you all the best, and I hope that you do really well in whatever you're doing. And hopefully, this is not the last time we're chatting. Definitely the first, and many more to go. And everybody who's a part of this conversation, thank you, thank you, thank you for your time. और अगर मैंने कुछ अनशन बोल दिया हो तो sorry. और अगर आपको लगा है कि मैंने जरूरत से ज्यादा बोल दिया हो तो उसके लिए भी sorry. एंड बीच में 3-4 लोगों ने लेफ्ट भी प्रेस कर दिया था और 15-20 लोगों ने जॉइंट भी प्रेस कर दिया था जूम पे, तो मुझे सब दिखाई दे रहा है. डोंट डू एनी बदमाशी.
Very sweet. Thank you so much. We really love the conversation. May God bless you. Have a fantastic day, and please, I'm sure you'll be fit again.
Thank you very much. My regards to your family, Dave. My regards to everybody, and regards to everyone's families. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless.